In this video, me and my friend Eli have done something that we've never done before. We are playing Madden 22 and we are spinning a wheel at random, having it pick our two teams, and we're doing an online franchise together and seeing who can have the most successful franchise within 5 years. Now, obviously, one of us could be in a better position than the other, and that happens. That's part of the wheel. Who can win more? We all have our holes, and it's for 5 years. That way you can't just, be a dynamite for 5 years. Sure, if you get the Bucks, that happens, but the whole point's not to. It is what it is. It's all out of luck. We do what we can. The point of this is just to see who can win more in the next 5 years. We're going to determine who can do that by who has the most Super Bowls. If we win the same amount, or if neither of us win, we go by who made the playoffs more, or who made it further in the playoffs, then who actually made the playoffs, and then after that, we'll go to individual coaching awards, such as Coach of the Year and Better Overall Rec. Now, first, we're going to go ahead and spin the wheel. Spin it. Ooh, a little noisy.
I dragged it. Oh.
Oh, that was so close. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh.
No way.
Oh.
No way.
Why does it keep going?
Oh.
Oh.
Wait. No way it goes back. Okay, the 49ers, right?
Yeah.
It stops and says the 49ers, or is that it? It's just like that?
No. Yeah. It'll light up. I don't know why it takes forever to light up. Just give it a second. There you go.
49ers. Okay, so I'm gonna go them. You spin for you now.
Give me the Giants.
No. No. One more.
Seahawks.
One more.
Give me the Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks.
Oh, you have Aaron Rodgers. Okay. Well, that makes things. When spinning the wheel, we see that I get the San Francisco 49ers and Eli gets the Green Bay Packers. Both teams are in pretty solid positions and both have complete opposite spectrums of quarterbacks and what they're going to do. 49ers have a quarterback situation in the sense that Jimmy Garoppolo clearly isn't looking like their guy, and Trey Lance, they're trying to make their guy within the next year or so. And the Packers have Aaron Rodgers, who they want to keep him until he pretty much isn't breathing anymore, but they don't. Aaron Rodgers doesn't know how much longer he can do that. Now, I do want to put a disclaimer, especially since he does have Aaron Rodgers, or the Green Bay Packers. Devontae Adams and the rosters are not updated, so he's currently on the Packers. We just did that for this first simulation to see how it go, and honestly to see if we like the fucking game or not, because it's Madden. So the rosters are not completely updated in the new offseason. If we do another one, they will be. Now, with that saying, I have the 49ers. Eli has the Green Bay Packers. We're going to go in and get a look at what we're doing for the first season. Now, looking at our team, the 49ers, I'm going to let Eli do his own thing, but looking at the 49ers, there are a few steps that I want to take initiative on to make sure, we can start winning now and for the next 5 years. First step is I'm going to put Trey Lance in. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is only going to get worse. He has a normal development. He's only 76 something overall. He's not that young anymore, and he's not Trey Lance. Also, fuck him. Not really, but well, I mean, maybe like that, but he's pretty attractive. Anyway, that's step one, is trading Jimmy Garoppolo. Step two, we're going to fortify the defense and overall defensively get rid of a lot of expiring contracts. If there's one thing I fucking hate dealing with any kind of rebuild in Madden, in NBA, in NHL, in any sports game, it's signing contracts, because oh my god, it's a fucking nightmare and they never entirely make sense to me. So I trade them, try and rebuild, keep my guys young, and that's step three. Get some younger guys, because the 49ers are pretty old, especially defensively. They're only getting older. We're just hitting ages, and if we want to win for the next 5 years, we need some young blood other than fucking Trey Lance. And finally, our last step is to win, so hopefully the first 3 steps contribute to that. Now, before we actually get in the game and the season actually starting, we had to make the moves. First move right away for me, I traded Jimmy Garoppolo straight up for Leighton Van Esch, I believe left outside linebacker. I traded for him straight up. I honestly didn't think they were going to go for it, the Cowboys, but they did. So I could have got more out of it, but you know, at the end of the day, it's a good deal. We got our left outside linebacker for hopefully the rest of the simulation, and Jimmy Garoppolo ended up going, and you know, Lighton's young. Next, we traded Jason Verrett and Zach Kerr and a 3rd round pick for a new running back being Miles Sanders and Steven Nelson. It helps us improve our running game because our current running back is about to expire, and he just doesn't seem like that guy entirely, and that way I can unload him and not have to worry about a contract. Miles Sanders has at least 3 years on his contract. He's young. He's a high overall. And we also make our defense a little bit younger. So it works out. After this, I learned that Eli, for some reason, trades for Zach Ertz. And he trades him for Jordan Love. Eli gets Zach Ertz and a 4th round pick for Jordan Love. You have any idea what you're doing?
Yeah, I do. I traded for Zach Ertz.
Really?
Yeah, I got rid of Jordan Love and my tight end for Zach Ertz. And I got a 4th round pick out of it.
Eli is about the only person I know who actually pays attention to what the other team it says they need. So he gave them a quarterback. That dumb motherfucker doesn't realize that they have Jalen Hurts, so they don't really need one. It just says they need one. But either way, he ends up with Zach Ertz, and Jordan Love is now on Philadelphia Eagles. We didn't know it at the time, but this trade would very soon start to fuck a lot of stuff up in the league and just overall make the league a hellhole. A lot of it happens because of Eli. Yeah, I do a lot more trading than Eli, but Eli trades a lot of weird shit and a lot of bigger moves than I do. I really don't trade superstars all that often. We'll just have to see how much Eli wants to fuck over the league by not knowing what he's doing. Anyway, back to us not doing significant moves. We trade Raheem Mostert and our 4th and 2nd round for next year for Gabe Jackson, Poona Ford, and Seattle's current 2nd round pick. This would end up being huge as we get a defensive tackle in Poona Ford, who is young and only looking to get better. Eli was showing early signs of dementia and delusion, as he said he was going to rebuild and win at the same time with Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, you know,
I
improved. That's all it is.
That's, you know what? That's what matters. If you win now, that's what matters.
That is what matters. I'm going to win now, and I'm going to be able to rebuild pretty quickly once Aaron Rodgers kicks the can.
You fuckhead.
No, I meant like 4 out of the 5 years I'm going to have Aaron Rodgers, at least.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean now. Wait.
We get past preseason and so I can start fucking playing you, bitch.
Now, that's not how that works. You can't do both, and Eli thinks he can. So, and with Aaron Rodgers, in fact, and it makes it harder because he traded Jordan Love. But he said he could do it. Whatever. It's Eli, not me. And if anything, I want his delusion to consume him because I win. And now with our beginning trades, we head to the regular season. I'm ready for Eli to lose. That's about it. Week 1, I start off playing against Juggernaut Goff and the Detroit Lions. We have the Lions week 1, so I'm gonna be pretty upset if we don't at least try and do well. Well, you'd hope we win. My head coach's goal is to shut out the Lions? Oh no, there's no way you expect that to work. We lost. We lost.
You lost.
We lost to the Lions. But we don't. We lose 33-24. Trey Lance started his first game as a starter, throwing 239 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. Not terrible, but against the Lions, that's pretty fucking bad. But we also have to get over some chemistry with Miles Sanders being new there. So you know what? It is what it is. Not terrible, not great. And Juggernaut Goff is pretty fucking unbelievable. But apparently, for some reason, my head coordinator didn't start Miles Sanders, even though I redid the lineups before I went into it. Miles Sanders didn't start. He might have been hurt. Who knows? Because he didn't start, Trey Sermon actually gets a chance to get his star development. Oh, the running back who I just benched? I don't think he's going to get his developmental trade this week. So we'll see if he actually gets that or not. Week 2, we have the Eagles, and Eli, funny man over here, loses to the Lions as well. We got a dub, baby.
We lost. The Lions are 2-0.
Thank you. Okay, so it's not just me. It's not just me.
Wow.
Let's go. Not just me. So the Lions are now 2-0. Juggernaut Goff over here. Trey Sermon proved me wrong. He ended up getting his star development trade anyway. Trey Sermon must have played... Yeah, Trey Sermon actually got his star developmental trait. He played pretty well, apparently. That'll be very important for the rest of the series. Trey Sermon is, we'll say from now on, a pretty vital piece. He's looking good so far. Week 3 is the highly anticipated matchup between me and Eli. It'll be Aaron Rodgers versus Trey Lance. This is just the first time we'll meet in the league. It just happens to be very early on in the series and the season, thankfully. Let's go, baby. Oh my God, why is Houston 3-0?
No, I see.
Why is Houston 3-0? Now, heading into the game, pretty much the first play of the game, Nick Bosa hits us off with a massive hit. It was cool. It was funny. Eli sucks. That's about it. Not but 2 plays later, Aaron Rodgers throws a costly pick at the first throw in the game. You know, big yikes for Eli. I just want to put a disclaimer now. Madden is very terrible gameplay. Now, I don't think many people need to get around that or anything. Me and Eli, when we play, we do take it like we get upset, not because we're losing, it's because of usually how we're losing. Madden has this way of really fucking you over when you lose. You're not losing because you deserve to, you're losing because it's Madden, and they said that you were going to lose before the game started. We're both going to get upset further on, and if we do, it's just because it's Madden and it's not very fun. The management part of this game is pretty cool. The gameplay fucking sucks ass, and I recommend no one ever touches it. Back to the game. After Eli throws a pick with Aaron Rodgers, we get our first offensive possession. We drive down and just get a field goal. Nothing big. Eli then comes right back with a touchdown drive to Davante Adams. At the end of the first quarter, he's leading 7-3. With the beginning of the second quarter, Aaron Rodgers throws another pick right down the middle of the field. After Eli's second pick, we go ahead and storm down the field. Trey Lance throws a dot to George Kittle low in the end zone, and we end up now leading 10-7.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say he's from Iowa. I'm pretty sure he's from Iowa.
Oh my God, dude, the lag on that.
I know.
I told you, the lag. I had no shot at kicking it, man. After a terrible kick due to lag, Aaron Rodgers manages to throw the ball to his own team and scored a go-ahead touchdown to Davante Adams yet again. Eli is now winning 14-10. Right before the second half ends, Trey Lance throws a bad throw, but also a weird glitchy interception. Fuck Madden. This is proof of that. To Eli with 30 seconds left in the half. Thankfully, it didn't cost us. Now, beginning the second half is where we have to do a little bit of explaining with the knowledge that we aren't very good at Madden. We don't play Madden a lot. So this stuff like this happens. Doesn't happen anymore, but it happened in the first game we played Madden in almost years. So Eli kicked the ball to me. I tried to knee it, and I don't know how. I thought the left bumper was knee, and I threw the ball out of bounds, which ended up being a safety. I was very upset by this and didn't understand how the fuck those are the same button, and I don't know if they are. But either way, it happened. And so Eli was nice enough to go ahead and return it, give him a safety, so I got the ball back. It's almost as if nothing happened. Now the score is just two each side. I get the ball back at the half. That's about it. It's now 16-12. Afterwards, I marched down the field, and the Packers defense made a huge blunder, leaving Brandon Ayuk wide open for an easy score. I now lead 19-16. With 50 seconds left in the third quarter and on the 4-yard line, Eli throws his third pick at a crucial time in the game. Either him or Aaron Rodgers and or both are struggling immensely, and I love it. To end the third quarter, Lance throws an absolute dot back to Brandon Ayuk, setting us up for great positioning to start the fourth quarter. After the dot, we march downfield. Ayuk is found wide open yet again for his second of the game. Now we lead 26-16 with about 4 minutes left. With a little over 2 minutes left in the game now, Aaron Rodgers throws his fourth pick of the game, and Eli now wants to trade him. Oh. He's traded.
He actually is. I'm not kidding.
Trey Sermon makes sure to kill any hope left in this game and babies Eli's defense the very next play. George Kittle drops a huge pass, causing a turnover late in the fourth quarter. Eli now has the ball with 50 seconds left, but it's okay because it's Aaron Rodgers and he throws another pick, now for 5 on the day. Ending the game with a 26-16 game. We're now 2-1. Fuck Eli. After a huge win against Eli and now 2-1, we go ahead and lock in Leighton Vander Esch, who we just traded for the next 5 years for around roughly 70 million total. Following a signing to strengthen our line and bring in younger blood, we trade veteran Jacquees Tart for Garrett Bradbury and both of Minnesota's 6th round picks. While I'm going ahead and looking for another trade to make, Eli finds out how much his Zach Ertz trade has already fucked over the league.
My God. Jordan Love is a top 3 in passing leaders.
For who? The Eagles?
Eagles, it sounds like.
They started him over Jalen Hurts?
They must have, because he has a 67 completion rate, 886 yards with 7 touchdowns.
That's nuts. While Eli is looking at the repercussions of his trade, I traded Alex Mack and our 2022 2nd and 6th round pick for Jalen Thompson and their 2022 third round and their 2023 3rd round. Now, when I do trades, very rarely do I ever do matching positions. I usually will trade one position for another and then a different position for that position and kind of go down a rabbit hole of filling positions with other positions, because trading for positions in Madden, it just really doesn't make much sense to go, oh, well, you have a better left guard than me. Take my shit one. I want your better one. Here's like a 1st round pick. That really doesn't get you very far. So I don't do that. But this is one of the few cases I do. I sent my left guard, Laken Tomlinson, and my right guard, Gabe Jackson, with our 3rd round pick in 2023 for the left guard, Dalton Risner, and the right guard, Graham Glasgow, and their 2022 3rd round. We then trade our fullback, Kyle Juszczyk. I'm not going to try and pretend I did that right. We're going to call him Kyle J. And it doesn't matter because I will never hear from him again in the simulation. He's a fullback and he's no longer on the team. Sorry. We trade him for a left tackle in Jonah Williams and a 2022 6th round pick. After all those trades, we finally just start to sim week 4 against the Seahawks, and we lost. We're now 2-2. Eli also gets another win against the Steelers, which also puts him at 2-2. We then go ahead and sim week 5 with another divisional matchup against the Cardinals. We finally win 42-36. We're now 3-2. Eli loses his next game by a field goal, and I don't know who because he never told me, and he's now 2-3. We sim week 6. We have a bye for us, and Eli and his Packers lose again to the Bears, so he's now sitting at 2-4. And apparently Aaron Rodgers must be struggling because all Eli's getting is media warnings about if they're wanting to start Aaron Rodgers or Nick Mullins. So apparently it's pretty fucking bad.
It's making me decide who's... Dude, they're thinking, should we start Aaron Rodgers or Nick Mullins? They're making me choose.
Oh my god, is it that bad?
Yeah, it seems like it, I guess. Aaron Rodgers isn't struggling anymore. He's 11 for 11 right now with touchdowns and interceptions.
11 interceptions. So he's thrown 6 interceptions without you?
That's true, actually.
That's actually really bad, especially in 3 weeks without you. That's really bad, especially for Aaron Rodgers.
Holy shit.
We go ahead and sim week 7, and we get a big win over the Colts. We're now 4-2. Eli takes another loss, making him now 2-5. While Aaron Rodgers struggles, Jordan Love is in Philly and now has taken the mantle of the next guy there, becoming an absolute superstar. Jordan Love is leading the league in passing and completion percentage and touchdowns. No, second in touchdowns behind Tom Brady. Jordan Love is actually having a career fucking... He's an MVP candidate, I think.
Like, why?
What did you do?
That doesn't make any sense.
Why did you do that? Week 8, we decide to sim against the Bears and we take a big win. We're now 6-3. Eli finally wins also. He's now 3-5. As you can tell, I'm going through the weeks pretty quickly, especially when we sim. There's no trades. This video is already going to be long. We're going to try and roll as much as we can. After week 8, we decide to re-sign Maurice Hurst for 2 years, about 12.5 mil. After week 8, since there's no more trades and the trade deadline's done, and we both don't have anyone else we're really looking at re-signing, we decide to go ahead and sim straight to playoffs, both content with how our teams look, and Eli's pretty pissed and concerned that he won't make playoffs. Now, the good guys being us, not only did we make the playoffs, but we were the dominant number 1 seed. We finished 13-4. Fucking phenomenal. Eli squeaks in and barely makes the playoffs because his division, as we all know, is the NFC North, and it is fucking terrible. He finishes 8-9 and somehow won. What a fucking weirdo. Trey Lance finishes a great rookie year, even though he struggled early on, with about 4,200 yards, 36 touchdowns, and only 6 interceptions. That right there is our fucking future, and he looks amazing. Both of our running backs, and Miles Sanders and Trey Sermon, did very well. Both had over 700 yards and about 12 touchdowns. Just phenomenal. A great 1-2 punch. Kittle led our team in receiving with about 1,200 yards and 9 touchdowns, but Ayuk, Debo, and Mohamed Sanu all played very well. Trey Lance finishes with a stellar MVP-like season. He ended up second in the voting behind Lamar Jackson. Jordan Love even finished top 10 in voting for MVP. Aaron Rodgers isn't even on the list because, oh my god, he played abysmal. Along with my quarterback, I finished second in the voting for Coach of the Year. It's just how it goes, that San Francisco vibe, I guess. Eli is also not in the top 10, just like his quarterback. Big yikes. Trey Lance does end up taking home Offensive Rookie of the Year and Best Quarterback for the NFC, though. Jordan Love actually also ends up finishing with over 5,000 yards, and Eli's finally having some post-nut clarity on the trade.
You would have got 0 if I would have just kept him.
All you had to do was keep him. How much does Zach Ertz even do for you? Was he worth it?
No, probably not.
All right, now finally with the regular season done, we are heading into playoffs. After finishing 13-4, we get a bye week in the first round, and Eli barely squeaking into the fucking playoffs because the stupid division plays the Saints the first round. He barely wins 24-21. After Eli winning 24-21, we go ahead and sim now to the divisional series, where our first matchup is actually against Chase Young and Ryan Fitzpatrick, Washington football team, or I guess now the Commanders. I don't know. And this is the football team, so I guess we'll go with that. They had just beaten the higher seeded Bucks, who were the second seed. They somehow beat them, so here they are. They only finished 9-8. After a solid start to the game, we go ahead and march down with Trey Lance. He throws a touchdown to in the red zone to Kittle. The next offensive possession we get, we actually end up starting off the second quarter. Debo Samuel on 3rd and 7 burns his defender, and Trey Lance dots him up for a touchdown from our own 21. Now we're up 14-0 before halftime. After my incredibly awesome drive down the field to score with Debo, Washington would march down and make it a one-score game now and make it 14-7. We would go 3-and-out on the next drive, but then we get a big stop before halftime, and they give us the ball back with about under a minute left in the first half. With that, we hit Mohamed Sanu across the middle field for a 57-yard touchdown. We now head into halftime leading 21-7. We get the ball back at half, and we go ahead and steamroll away all the way down to the red zone, where Trey Lance hits Brandon Ayuk for a touchdown. Now we're up 28-7. And then after a terrible drive where we missed a field goal, Washington just takes advantage and goes ahead and scores their own touchdown. So now it's 28-14. We have another bad drive, and Washington takes another incredible advantage of us pretty much fucking sucking and scores another touchdown. With under 2 minutes left in the game and us having the ball back, it's now a one-score game. With under 2 minutes left in the game, though, Miles Sanders goes ahead and pretty much runs out the clock. We win 28-21. Miles Sanders actually finishes with about 100 yards rushing, and Trey Lance, in his first ever playoff game, finishes with 296 yards and 4 touchdowns on 70% completion. Not too bad for a rookie, and with more years to come. Hopefully, because fucking hell, we need it. After our big win, we learned that Eli and his Packers also won the divisional game against the Seahawks. So now it looks like it's a San Francisco versus Green Bay NFC Championship, which, you know, was kind of ideal when starting the challenge, but Eli finished 8-9, so I wasn't too hopeful that this was going to happen, but yeah, here we are. In the second play of the game, we start off with a huge run with Miles Sanders running the ball from our own 25-yard line to the house, leading 7-0 not even a minute into the game. Eli's next drive ends up with a really nice kick into the crowd for a lucky fan to get absolutely fucking smoked. We take advantage of the great field positioning by Eli's missed kick and hit a 15-yard touchdown to Kittle to make it a 14-0 lead with about a minute left in the first quarter. Eli takes the ball back, and 30 seconds into the second quarter, he throws a pick to Leighton Vander Esch over the middle with a great return stopped only by Rodgers tackling him by himself. For Garoppolo! Oh, Rodgers, how do you catch me? Aaron's mad. After the great return, Trey Sermon then gets a nice 7-yard rush to make it 21-0. The first play of Eli's next drive has a very similar end, a pick with a great return. Huge for us because Rodgers is playing like poopy dog water. Huge. Oh. We can't do too much damage this time though with the field positioning. We just settle for a field goal. We're still up 24-0 though, so I think it's okay. Aaron Rodgers, after struggling the first couple of drives, would then take over for an impressive drive leading to a Samori Toure, I believe that's how you say that, Samori Toure touchdown. Eli manages to hit a nice field goal to end the half as well, making it 10-24 at half. Eli also actually starts off with ball at the half, and his first play throws an amazing pick to Josh Norman, of all people. Josh fucking Norman. Rodgers is now back to who we are used to him being after leading a touchdown drive, so, you know, that's good. At least in the simulation, this is who he is. Miles Sanders then punches in a 1-yard rush for us to make it a 31-10 lead. Aaron Rodgers gets the ball back and just again throws another pick to Fred Warner down the middle, giving us great field positioning for Miles Sanders to punch in yet another touchdown. Now up 38-10. A huge 4-and-out leads to us getting the ball back and throwing a dot to Eli for Trey Lance pick 6 to make it a 17-38 game with about 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So it's not just Aaron Rodgers fucking up. Very much seeing some rookie decision making from Trey Lance. And not at all me, just totally Trey Lance. Trying to run the clock down, Miles Sanders breaks away and gets cocky, and as he's celebrating, fumbles into the end zone, and we lose possession. Rodgers runs clock down to about under a minute left into the game, and then throws yet another pick to Jimmy Ward, running down the clock to win. So, in the first year, the 49ers win the NFC Championship 38-17 over the Green Bay Packers, and Eli and Aaron Rodgers is pretty much at the forehead for the blame, considering, well, he threw 5 interceptions. With that, Eli is stuck in turmoil debating who to trade this offseason because he knows he has to clear up cap, and he's not really happy with the fact that Devontae, Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Jones all really didn't do that well in the playoffs. So he's got to figure that out. And while he goes and heads and figure out what he's going to do for the offseason, I move on to the Super Bowl to play against the 12-5 Patrick Mahomes-led Chiefs.
02, 02, 2020. A date to win a championship.
We step as one, man.
Okay.
We step as family. Everybody been talking about, man, put your pride aside. Whatever you play for, put it aside tonight. Play for us.
Oh, boys and girls. Super Bowl. Oh, Super Bowl.
Let's go!
We start the game by controlling the first quarter and scoring a touchdown from their 11-yard line to Miles Sanders with about under a minute left in the first quarter. They respond immediately and score in under a minute to tie the game 7-7. Now, seeing that this is not going to be an easy game to win, pretty much just because Patrick Mahomes is a fucking god. Like, yeah, we're aware of that, but this one's going to be an actual challenge and not like playing Aaron Rodgers. Trey Lance and Miles Sanders march down the field yet again to give us a 14-7 lead with 3 minutes left in the first half. The Chiefs come right back with their own touchdown, giving us the ball with about a minute left in the half, going for a huge bomb costs Trey Lance huge as he gets picked off, and they take advantage to make sure they go into halftime now leading 17-14. They start with ball at half too, which ends up costing us as they get a touchdown, now leading 24-14. Thankfully, another gunslinging half leads to us getting Miles Sanders and Trey Lance to hook up for yet another touchdown to make it 21-24. Close game, still down though. Mahomes leads his team yet again down the field to get another touchdown. Now he's up 27-21 for it to start the fourth quarter. It's not looking good. We go 4 and out, having to punt. It's unfortunate, but thankfully for once, our defense actually comes up with a stop. And with that momentum, we march down the field and get a huge touchdown. But while taking the lead to make it 28-27, it comes at a cost at Trey Lance straining his ACL and RG3 having to be put in the game. Now, right after we take the 28-27 lead, Kansas City walks down the field and kicks a field goal to go up 30-28 with 16 seconds left. And all we have now is Robert Griffin III and hope. And Madden fucking hates hope, because it'll kill any fucking little shredded sign of it. Because this isn't a storybook ending, and RG3 can't get it done. Throws a complete pass. The guy can't get out of bounds, and we can't huddle in time. Losing the Super Bowl 30-28 due to injury, overall lack of defensive support, and offense not showing up enough with costly mistakes. But in the end, it's okay. It showed a lot of potential for us. We went in our first season, went 13-4, made it all the way to the Super Bowl. Trey Lance looks nothing short of spectacular going into this franchise now. And we have nothing but hope past this as long as he can stay healthy. I am still upset I couldn't get RG3 a ring. It would have been phenomenal, but it is what it is. After losing the Super Bowl in heartbreaking fashion, we go ahead and move into the offseason and see some big things happening. We'll cover some free agency in the draft and go from there. Now, my plan for the offseason, I just have to fill some holes, figure out where I'm going. And as I'm doing this, Eli is blowing up his team and just pretty much causing all mayhem. And he starts off, by trading nothing huge, just Aaron Rodgers. He trades Aaron Rodgers to, the newly quarterbackless Pittsburgh Steelers for the 4th overall pick, Chase Claypool, and their center, whose name is currently fucking escaping me. And Pittsburgh went through with it as Ben Roethlisberger just retired. We then sim a week into free agency, seeing how the league is more broken than ever. After Eli makes his league-breaking trade of Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers, we go ahead and sim to the first week of free agency. Davante Adams is a free agent. I don't think Eli was aware of this and didn't make an offer for him. And that cost him dearly, and when this stuff happens, it actually makes me think Madden is decent and it knows what it's doing with simulation. Because this shit's freaky that it happened, and really cool. Yeah, repercussions for trading Aaron Rodgers are very clear and shown. Players too. Devon Miller. Ooh, Devontae. Did you re-sign Devontae?
No.
Devontae signed with the Steelers. Bro. There's no way you just did this. How did they do this? They played you. They played you like a fucking fiddle. They're just the Packers.
Wow.
Now, moving past Eli breaking the game and Davante Adams signing with Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers, my team actually starts off free agency. We just signed LaMarcus Joyner for a 2-year, almost about $9 million contract. Nothing big, but it helps us reinforce what we need to reinforce. Then we also signed Sheldon Richardson for about $4 million for about a year. We also moved to pick up Nick Bosa and Jonah Williams 5th-year options. Obviously, why not? They both had really good years. Williams had a fuck ton of picks on Aaron Rodgers. And, well, you know, Nick Bosa's pretty fucking good at football, so. After Eli ruined his career, I ended up actually signing Zach Ertz for dirt cheap. He wanted about $14 million for 3 years. I said he could have about 6. So we go ahead and get him for 2 years at under $6.5 million. After those signings, we move into the draft. Now, the draft is more of where Eli tries to rebuild, whereas I'm not really a huge fan of it. I kind of just see picks as easy ways to move players around, and like, unless I have the first overall pick, I really don't worry about it. And I try and not have those picks because I'm winning enough. Like, I don't want to be losing that much. Eli wants to build through the draft. I usually don't care about it. This is more of him, and I'll just tell you if I pick anyone that I think will matter in the future. As mentioned, Eli does have the 4th overall pick of this draft after trading Aaron Rodgers. And with that, he goes and takes his quarterback of the future, Mr. Alex Rose. With Eli's next pick, he takes middle linebacker Owen Boston, who's nothing short of a household name for all the racist up in the Northeast. After Owen Boston, Eli goes ahead and picks up tight end Landry Rose. That way he has another Rose to match his quarterback. With the 31st pick in the second round, which is my first pick in the draft, I take wide receiver Jamal Bramble. After him, we just end up having some fodder picks and trade some others away, but nothing specifically worth mentioning. With the draft concluding, we end season 1. We lose a Super Bowl. Eli trades Aaron Rodgers, and Jordan Love ends up being one of the better top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL, all because Eli's stupid. All we have left to see in the next 4 years is what else is Eli gonna fuck up? How much are we gonna win? And how shitty is Eli's division really gonna be to let him keep making playoffs? Did Eli fuck over the league so bad? Are the Steelers gonna be the next dynasty? This is just shit we're gonna have to see if it happens. Thank you all for watching. This video took a lot of time to edit. It's taken me so long to record and get through all this, and it's mind-numbingly impossible to play this much Madden and not want to not do it anymore. So I do appreciate anyone who does watch, and it means the world. Hopefully you'll watch it for year 2, and hopefully it won't be too long before that's out. Thank you, and have a good day.